35 minutes, we aim to give you a rapid overview of a well-established company, but one that is experiencing hypergrowth thanks to the breakthrough product that we're going to be talking about first, called X39. So myself, based in the UK with my wife Tricia, have been involved with Lifewave over the last 5 months, and thanks to our relationship, long-term relationship with Jason Boreyko, who is also co-hosting this presentation from the USA. We are going to really just talk you through some of the highlights around the product, the technology, how it works. We're going to dip into some of the customer results, and we may even have some live testimonials from participants on today. And then I'm going to walk you through some of the key points around the business opportunity, if that is of interest to you. But our reason for being involved is, again, linked to Jason Boreyko, who we found out about a year ago had recently got involved with the company, to partner with the company to build an international business. And again, it was fascinating to hear that, because our knowledge of Jason was as a very successful company owner within the wellness industry, within the direct sales industry, and had sold probably in the region of $1 billion worth of nutritional and wellness products in his time, created many millionaires through his business enterprise. And so it was fascinating to hear why he would align himself with a company. And again, at that stage, we were just too busy to even draw breath and hear about this incredible stem cell activation technology. But when we connected with him literally about 6 months ago, we then found out that his business had expanded to multiple countries around the world, and heard about some of the really even more incredible results that customers were achieving. And again, as passionate wellness advocates, we were really intrigued and started our journey of due diligence, which led us to get involved. And boy, we have not regretted that. So again, if that's you, you're watching this for the first time, we are not going to go into huge depth, but just touch on the highlights. So Jason, without further ado, do you want to just take us through a walkthrough of the products and the technology and some of the results?
I would be actually thrilled. I was just actually texting with a contact in South Africa as we were just talking. And you know what, I'm always excited to jump on this and kind of share my enthusiasm and excitement for the technology. And it's all around stem cells. And when everything is timing and positioning in the marketplace, is the marketplace ready for a new product, a new technology? You look at electric cars, they came out 20 years ago, but the marketplace wasn't ready for electric cars. It wasn't until, Tesla with Elon Musk had the tremendous success and the timing of that market. So when you look at stem cells, people are educated on them now. They're aware of them. The media has done a phenomenal job on educating, the globe on stem cells. We've got Nigeria, Ghana. I just have a person from South Africa wanting to do it, all throughout Europe, Asia. My organization has expanded into 23 countries, and everyone I've spoken to knows about stem cells. And so it's quite a breakthrough, and the timing's ready for it. And, why are stem cells so important? Well, we're an aging population. Everybody's, living longer than ever before in recorded history. And stem cells are the key to keeping you young and keeping you healthy. And every time I'm talking to people, it's about longevity. It's about healing the body and repairing that body and keeping a healthy cells. And, stem cells play a vital part in your immune system that repair and regenerate damaged cells. And as we age, and unfortunately I'm in that baby boomer group and we're aging, we lose stem cells. By the time you're 35, you've lost half. By the time you're 60, you've lost 90%. By the time you're 70, you're pretty much out of stem cells. So the less stem cells we have, the faster we age and the slower that we heal. Now, there are options to increasing stem cells. The media has done most of almost all of their stories on injections. They're painful, they're expensive, they're risky, they're no guaranteed results. I did stem cell injections, spent $9,000 on them, and was not happy with the results. And then I was introduced to this technology, got the results I was looking for, and I'm thrilled to be able to tell you about them. Then there's supplements. You go online, everything's online. People are saying, oh, we've got a stem cell, supplement. They have no clinical studies backing their technology or their product, I should say. If you take that product, it takes you months to feel benefits, if you feel any benefits at all. Now, what we're talking about tonight and what we're introducing people to is a true breakthrough in stem cell technology. It's a wearable technology in a patch form. It's very cool. It uses specific frequencies of light to increase and improve stem cell activity. It's safe, it's natural, it's easy to use. I love that the most of it. You put it on for 12 hours on, 12 hours off, very easy. It's non-invasive, there's no injections, there's no pills, it's non-transdermal, and that's important because there's no ingredients passing into the body. Most importantly, it's affordable, about the price of a cup of coffee per day. And that's, so everyone can afford it throughout the world. Now, David's our inventor. He's the CEO, founder of this company, and he's a brilliant, brilliant scientist. I've had the opportunity to meet him several times and spend time with him. A remarkable gentleman, has over 100 patents to his name. He's been leading this phototherapy research for the last 20 plus years, and he's conducted over 90 clinical studies on the effectiveness of our technology. Now on the screen, you can see the different types of products he has created over the years, but the X39, that's that game-changing product, and that's what we're all talking about, and that's creating this massive growth. Now, it's how it works. It's always the question for brand new people. Well, it's based on a type of light therapy called photobiomodulation. Each pat has crystals and minerals inside of it, and they're programmed. And then when they're applied to the body, they're activated. Our body's always put enough infrared light. It's always running at 98.6 degrees. And these wavelengths reflect back off of the patch, and they target certain areas of the body to create responses. Now, for thousands of years, we know that certain frequencies of light causes certain changes within the body. And if you didn't know about phototherapy, like I wasn't that familiar with it. I've been to the chiropractor and they'll use infrared light on me and light therapy, but there's over 5,000 clinical studies on phototherapy. So it's a pretty, common technology now. Now, as the frequencies work, and give you an example of how does it do it? Well, you go out in the sun. I'm in Texas. It's getting cold again in Texas, but a certain frequency of sunlight will cause your body to produce vitamin D. Now, you're not consuming vitamin D. Your body's producing vitamin D. Another frequency of sunlight, UV, causes your body to produce melanin. Now, this is a chemical that gives your body a suntan. Lifewave's patented technology is based on this very same scientific principle. Now, John always says, why this company? And why did I select this company? Well, timing, positioning, ownership is always critically important, but the studies that David is doing on it, and there are more studies going on as we speak on this technology. It's one of the studies showed that X39 is proven to activate a copper peptide called GHK-Cu. This is probably one of the most powerful anti-aging peptides in our body. And as this peptide increases, it activates our stem cells. Now, this was discovered by Dr. Lauren Picard in 1973. It has tremendous benefits. One of the main ones is it resets your genes to a younger state and affects over 4,000 genes. The study also showed to help short-term and mid-term memory, which as you age, that's one of the things that goes out that makes people really nervous. So to help improve that is important, improve quality of sleep, and actually helps to reduce blood pressure, which is huge. And I personally, I have that testimony from my blood pressure staying in check with using this technology. Now, there are a lot of proven results from pain relief is probably the most common. People receive benefits sometimes within the first few hours of using the technology. But please give the technology a chance to work. Energy, and we mentioned sleep. Sports performance, a lot of athletes are using this, and we're going to show some great before and after pictures of wound healing and appearance and hair growth. And a lot of that's coming from that copper peptide I just mentioned. Now, I love this photo because it shows all of the athletes that are using our technology, and it's just from performance, from recovery from injuries. That's a key. If they get injured, athletes can get back into their game or their sport so much faster because using this technology. Now, this one I was amazed at when the visible results and the wrinkle reduction or the appearance of youth. Now, this comes from that copper peptide that increases collagen and elasticity in the skin. And as you can see from the before and after pictures, it's quite remarkable of how these women are looking younger. Now, this does not happen overnight. This is a period of months. You know, this lady on the left is 6 months. The lady in the center was 4.5 months, but you could see the jawline and how it's improving. And Mandy, she's probably the most popular. She had a tractor appearance for over a year, and you can see down at the bottom picture, that's 19 months. Not only, I've read her testimony, not only did all of her health challenges go away, but the youthful appearance is just remarkable. And these pictures are great. I love the one with the grandma. She's 92, and after just 60 days, the difference of her that she's using. Now, there's a lot of these online, and we're going to encourage you to do your research and investigate it. But you can see this lady with her neck and the lady with her varicose veins. That photo is after 30 days, which is just quite remarkable on the benefits of that. Now, hair growth, again, copper peptide, and Google it, research it, do your due diligence. You can see it strengthens hair, helps hair growth, it thickens hair. It goes back to the original color, less gray. I can attest to that also. My friends are always mad. They always think I'm coloring my hair, but I'm not. I'm just wearing a patch. It's very simple. But you can see these and the results that people are experiencing with it. Now, wound healing, this was the first area David went after. He wanted to mimic the results of a injection compared to his patch. Now, injection, $6,000, $9,000 here, depending on where you're buying them here in the States. But you could see the acceleration of this. And these are clinically proven results. Now, this is after 20 days. You could see the shoulder healing up and the lady's throat from thyroid surgery, how fast it healed up, and scars almost gone. This one's remarkable, this accident. This guy got in, and look at his hand. And after 63 days, the boy down below got his finger caught in a door and was going to lose his fingertip. But after 60 days, you could see how the technology helped accelerate the healing of that. You could see this guy after, what, 5 days, he had a snowboarding accident, had a job interview. So his mother was all worried. And so she put a patch on him, and look at the results of that. Quite remarkable. We don't want to forget our pets. A lot of pet testimonies, from blood sugar issues to pain to walking to, I use it on my dog. He has a kind of a cough, and we put our patch on him every day also. So a lot of pet testimonies, and please, if you have one, let us know. We'd love to promote that. But evidence-based, this is important section, because we want you to do, and I did this. I was kind of like, wow, is this really technology? Is the sales really, doing this and making all this happen? And, all the studies are up on our website, lifewave.com. There's that link, X39clinicalstudy.com, takes you to David explaining the clinical studies, which is very good. YouTube, tons of testimonies on YouTube. Just check them out. And actually, Stem Cells for Health, I'll put that in the link in the chat. We have a lot of testimonies there, but please just check those out, and you can see what's happening with these testimonies. And I think we have some live testimonies here on this call tonight. And we always want to cover our disclaimers and just keep the company safe. Lifewave products do not intend to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any medical condition. These statements have not been evaluated by any type of regulatory agency, and we do not make any type of medical claims. What we'd like to do now is stop the presentation and kind of go into, as John, my friend John says, live TV, and we'll hear from some testimonies. And I think this is the best part. If you have a testimony or of yourself or of a family member, please feel free to share it. People love to hear those. And that's really what develops the belief of the technology. And, you know, my testimony, I had hip pain for 5 years. Now, that's a long time to have hip pain. Thousands of dollars spent in massage therapy, doctors trying to figure this out. I finally broke down and got stem cell injections after researching them for a year. Still had hip pain. So it was right in my hip bone. I remember the guy sticking the needle in my hip, and I'm like, that's not where the pain's at. Oh no, it's gonna fix it. And it was 5 or 6 months later, I still had the pain, and then I was introduced to this technology. I put the patch right on my hip bone, and within, I don't know, 3-4 days, you know, probably 4 days, it was greatly reduced. Now, over the next few months, my hip has been, was totally better. And now I have no more hip pain. To me, it is just amazing, because if you are a person that has knee pain, ankle pain, foot pain, hip pain, you know that every time you take a step, and it was lasting so long in my life that it was becoming part of my story. And I was always, oh yeah, no, I got hip. And people are like, they would see me walk and they go, you gonna have hip, you need hip replacement surgery? And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. And so that's why I'm here. That's why I do these calls, and I talk to people, and I plan to open up, I work with leaders to open up countries, because this technology is something I've never seen in my 30 years. And to activate stem cells and to create this type of healing and results is just absolutely remarkable. But John, what I'd like to do is I'll turn the call back over to you and let you have some people share. And if you want to just raise your hand on the Zoom, but I think there's a button you push, you raise your hand, or do it the old-fashioned way and raise your hand like Tony. Turn your camera on, unmute yourself. And we'll start with John, we'll start with Tony, then I'll let you take over the call, my friend.
Yeah, thanks, Jason. And Tony, good to see you. You're on camera and looking even better than you did last time I saw you last.
Who are you calling old-fashioned, by the way? Yeah, I'm happy to share my story if you like. It's kind of like, there's two kind of sides to it. Where X39 has helped me. Going back to sort of November time, having lost basically 2 jobs or 2 sources of income, two businesses and whatever, I was looking for ways of earning a few pounds. So I signed up to as a delivery driver with the Royal Mail, delivering mail for the Christmas period. But what I actually ended up doing was doing rounds on foot, long rounds, lot of mileage, right? So I went, as I said before, from zero exercise to pounding the streets for hours. And I was kind of a bit nervous about whether I could keep this up, because I have had foot pain before, problems before now, when I've done walking challenges, been walking and stuff like this. But I was able to recover. I put this down to the patch, because I was able to maintain energy and a good mood and to recover and just keep this up like 6-7 days a week. And I've been doing it basically 6 days a week since. I mean, not so much, not totally on foot now, but nevertheless, it's been amazing. And of all the people they took on, of all the casual staff they took on over Christmas, they were only allowed to keep 2 people on. And these are people of all ages, and they chose me and another lady, and which is a bit of a surprise. So, had it not been for the benefits of the products, I wouldn't have a job right now, probably. So, you know what I mean? I just put it down to that. It's amazing. People sort of do comment and they ask me, how old are you? And they're trying to figure out how come, and I don't stop, and I do extra shifts in the evening and stuff like that. And they just wonder, well, where do you get your energy from? And things, well, I've got to say it's got to be down to technology, because it's not, I don't have infinite amount of energy, but it's certainly helping. And people, and as a result, again, as a double whammy, because of doing the job, I've got a lot fitter. I've lost loads of weight, about 5 or 6 kilograms, and yeah, very happy. But I'm surrounded by people who have been in that doing that line of work for a while, and the body takes a battering. There's hip joints and knee replacements going on, and all this sort of stuff, and it's quite tough. So it can help people. I'm just thinking about people whose livelihood relies on being physically well and active to be able to do their job. So that's
yeah. And wasn't Tony? I think you went from 0 to what sort of mileage were you covering in a day?
Well, I was curious because I was trying to work it out on a map, and I thought this is very difficult to work out because you can trace a map. You can't trace the amount of driveways you walk up and down and stuff like that. So I got a pedometer one day, and I used it a couple of days. It clocked up 36,000 steps and about 17 miles.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was I guess a few days or weeks into doing it. So
yeah, no, fantastic. That's an incredible achievement.
So I'm really pleased with it.
Yeah. No, brilliant, Tony. Thank you. Was there something else, Tony, or was it that was the main thing you wanted to share for today?
That's it, really.
Yeah,
no, I think
fantastic.
It's
thank you. Thanks, Tony.
All right, take care. Cheers.
Anybody else has been using X39, has a customer that's been using it and has had a result over the last few days, weeks, months? Anybody with us?
Okay, John.
Who is that? Is that Barry? Barry, yeah. Hopefully we'll keep good internet. Yeah, please.
Yeah. Well,
Ireland, aren't you?
In Cork. Now I am 66 years of age next month of March. So I didn't realize I needed this product. So I bought it for my wife at the end of November for her shingles. And I bought a fairly big pack. And she was allergic to the patch. I didn't realize that 1 in 10,000 is allergic to it. And I didn't know that you put it on the back of your clothes and it will work. So it was put aside, and I started to take it on the 10th of December myself. And I found an immediate bounce of energy, a spring in my step. And I had a large program of work to do. And I found probably that I got an increase of about 20% in productivity straight off the bat. I hadn't time to look at the back office or the research because I was too busy. So in January, I found that I was speed reading the research in the back office, the technical stuff, and I am dyslexic, and I was a slow reader. I was getting brain fog, if you like. So that cleared up that issue. So then I found that I had back pain or back disc problems, my neck. I have a disc out in my neck all the time, and I have a hinge problem on the skull to my neck, and I was getting an arthritic condition on my left side. All that has cleared up. Now, definitely, if one has a structural problem, a disc out, you have to work at it. It's not going to sort that out immediately. I find that the Aeon patch is very good with it to bring down the inflammation. I have been using the X39 every day since the 10th of December, and I found that my breathing problem, I could name it as a disease, but I'm told I cannot. I have been spending 125 euros per month on my medication and 2 inhalers, paying for that in December. Didn't realize it. January came and went. And I did buy it about a week ago, just to have it as maintenance, as a backup. So all in all, I'm very happy with that result. It hasn't cured anything. It has helped me quite a bit.
Brilliant.
And I also have a problem. I have 15 surgical treatments in the last 15 years. My wife kind of says, "What's wrong with you now?" But the 15 surgical, 4 of those were hernias. So there was plastic implants, 2 on my groin, and I was getting, it was digging into me in November. And I didn't notice it in December, but it has gone completely. I presume that's the collagen buildup around the plastic mesh, which is quite interesting. And I do believe that the more you use this product, the better it gets, the X39. So let's see what's going to happen.
Well, Barry, that's not a bad start by anybody's standard. You've not only showed that your productivity and your income has managed to increase, but you've saved money on medication and resolved a few health issues along the way. So
I had bought the diamond pack for what reason I did not know, because I wasn't going into the business myself. I bought it for my wife. Now she is using it for her shingles, only 2 weeks now. So we're not there yet with the shingles.
Yeah.
So I am going to the mountain this weekend to work in the forestry myself, up the mountain in Kinmare in West Kerry.
Excellent.
Because I have a few thousand trees to plant. We'll see.
Okay, that'll be a test. All right, brilliant, Barry. Thanks for sharing again. Great feedback. Do we have anybody else? Just, I think, is that Sharon getting our attention? Sharon Bannister?
Yeah. I'm a newbie. I've only just started using the product. I've also given it to some of my clients as trials, just to see how they get on, with really interesting results. One lady is young and she's got arthritic hands. And the first thing she said she felt like I did was energy. So I'm looking forward to hearing how she is next week. One is a medical doctor, very knee. I gave her some, and it was very powerful for her, but she took it for 3 days, then paused. She was off and on, but it was still very, very strong for her. She's of Japanese origins. And I also did it for a cameraman. So it's been really fascinating watching everybody's, how they're responding to it. But one of the first things I noticed was more energy, better sleep, much more mobility. An energy to run upstairs. I'd never do that. I've had 2 full hip replacements. And then clarity of mind. I didn't get that brain fog. You know, when you walk out of the room, you go, what was I doing? Yeah, that was incredible. But the other thing was, after the, I can't remember if it was Charles or somebody mentioned about varicose veins, I checked my leg. I have a problem with one leg, and I had noticed that it'd gone down dramatically. And that was ridiculous, because I've only been on the X39, 2 weeks now, the second week. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how things progress. So far, so good.
No, wonderful, Sharon. Good. You're going to catch up Barry before you know it with some of the results. Superb. Great. Okay. Anybody else bursting that we've got online to share a last testimonial? Chris, I think that's you've got the mic. The floor is yours, Chris.
Thanks very much, guys. Yeah, so my early introduction into the whole stem cell area was when my brother was diagnosed maybe over 10 years ago with a condition called Fuchs disease, and he was told he'd be blind within 2 years. Anyway, through stem cell transplants, after 9 or 10 treatments, he now reads the Irish Times without any glasses. Now, I can tell you the cost was astronomical, because luckily enough he had private health insurance. So when Rory came into my office and said, "Hey, have you heard about these stem cell patches?" and talked about the cost, and I thought, wow, you know, I'm always a great believer in prevention is much cheaper than the cure. So now I can say I'm a product of the product. Like everybody here has said, it has increased my whole energy levels. As I've said before, I regularly swim in the Irish Sea, no matter how cold it gets. I have arthritis in both my hands. The pain is gone, having used the Lifewave patch. My daughter had a problem with her back recently. I got her onto the pain patch, the Lifewave patch as well. She had huge results. I have a friend who's suffering from long time from a thing called lockjaw. She put it on, and she's speaking again now. I don't know whether that's a good result or a bad result, but yeah. And I love the business because I make it so simple. like this app that they have, brilliant. We went down today with one of my team and we signed up a guy for gold who has going to open this business in Myanmar and Kenya. So, you know, fantastic. Love it.
Wonderful, Chris. And I'm sure, I know when you spoke before, going back a month or two, you shamed us all by admitting about going into the Irish Sea in all weathers. But I'm sure you're reminding me of that today, because I was showing off earlier. I thought I was a superhero because our boiler has broken and I took a cold shower. So thanks for taking the sting out of that. Good feeling. But
Thank you.
absolutely
Thanks,
wonderful feedback, Chris, as always. Thanks so much.
Cheers.
So that's fantastic feedback, and thank you everybody for sharing that that information. Really encouraging and inspiring. And again, with most of what you've heard and what Jason has shared, this is so validated when you look into the research on GHKCU, the copper peptide, when you look at the clinical studies. And as I've said many times now, I would challenge anybody who is involved in the wellness sector, in the natural health sector, in the direct sales sector, is find me any product or technology that is as bulletproof, as robust and clinically validated as X39, and I think you will have a challenge. This is really, really incredible technology. So what we're going to do is just close off this short overview and just touch on some of the key points around what is now a global business opportunity, and just talk a little bit about on the company, some of the rewards and possible next steps. The reason there is a business opportunity in the first place is that when the company was founded in 2004 by David Smith, he made a decision at that early stage to take this pioneering technology, which of course in 2004 was even more pioneering than it is today, but to bring it to the marketplace through the likes of Tony, of Sharon, of the people that you've heard these fantastic results. Because who better than to hear from messages from people like Chris or Barry, who've had great results and have actually experienced it, and maybe with their enthusiasm can take the time and energy and share that education and passion and direct other people to try it. So that's exactly why we have the business opportunity we do today. So this is a company that is a pioneering health technology company without a doubt. And anybody who listens to David Smith speak will be under no illusions that this man is a real visionary and a real leader in the wellness sector. So company of particular interest to those in the UK or Ireland or in the EU is that the company in 2010 made a major investment in manufacturing, distribution and customer services in Ireland, in Galway, in fact, and they currently have over 80 employees, multilingual staff that service not just the EU, Ireland, UK, etc., but a couple of other sectors internationally as well. US headquarters or corporate headquarters in the USA, distribution currently to 75 countries with 13 global distribution centers. And as Jason alluded to at the start of this call, with many other markets opening, particularly in Africa and Asia. So we have literally a business foundation that if you've been intrigued or interested or inspired by some of the results, what this basically means is that you can reach out to potential customers or potential entrepreneurs and distributors in all of these international markets, and the company are there to support them in their language, in their currency, etc. So X39 is what we're talking about today, even though there is a range of very powerful products, patches based on light therapy. X39 is by far the game changer that has really changed everything within the company. And in achieving this product development with stem cell activation and X39, David has really done something that major companies have not been able to. It carries a 20-year patent and protected. It has zero competition. So you are promoting a technology to a customer or an entrepreneur that nobody else has. And if any of you heard the #1 income earner, David Jumper, just about a month ago, he made one very relevant point that I picked up on, is that for a man who joined the company in the first year of development in 2004, he mentioned that in 16 years, nobody has duplicated this. So again, we have got something very rare. A lot of time and money has been invested to get this product to the marketplace. And when it was launched in January 2019, 30 million patches were literally sold in that first year. Jason talked about the stem cell global market, and clearly you can look at Yahoo Finance or many other institutions, and they will validate that the stem cell therapy market is only going in one direction. But the main thing at a very basic level of interest to anybody looking at this information today with an eye to getting involved is that the market has already been warmed up, and it is such an easy conversation to have with people when you talk about stem cell activation and this wearable technology. You find that people are leaning into the conversation, not cowering away, and that it makes such a difference. So when we look at how it's impacted Lifewave as a company, you see a very well-established company that at the end of 2018 has achieved a very respectable $23 million in annual sales. But what a difference it's made in the last 2 years with the introduction of X39. 70 million in 2019, so 3 times growth, and we believe at least 2 to 2.5 times growth, in excess of 140 million was achieved in 2020. So certainly for anybody who has looked into this, you will be left under really under no illusions that here we have a company that has really deep foundations, but with a startup feel, and is well on track to become $1 billion in annual sales company in the coming years. So in terms of the rewards, there are two areas of the business. One is customer acquisition, which is the lifeblood of every business. It's what we all try to achieve, is recurring monthly spending customers. And there are bonuses of $20 to $50 every time a customer purchases a product. But there are also product introduction bonuses that can be anywhere between $15 to as much as $500, depending on the pack that the customer or team member purchases. There are also bonuses for building teams, and in our structure there is a simple binary team structure, which means you're building just 2 teams, a left team and a right team. So regardless of whether you introduce 2 people and you have 1 person in each team, or you personally enroll 5 people, they have to be positioned in your left or right team. And all you're doing is continually building and strengthening those 2 teams in matching strength and volume. And you get paid very handsomely on weekly turnover, sales turnover in those 2 teams. There is also a very generous matching bonus, so that if you personally enroll somebody, you reach out, maybe even out of your comfort zone, and you reach out to somebody who's a real influencer, a highly motivated person, somebody passionate about health and wellness, somebody who's a big influencer in their community, and they take on this business very seriously. In the long term, you're earning literally 25% of their binary bonus income. So it really pays to step out of your comfort zone and reach out to people. And let me just say on that note, the wonderful thing about this type of business is that when you're sending out samples, or you're helping somebody deal with a health issue, you know that's where everything starts. Because whether you listen to Barry, to Chris, to Tony, to Sharon, who just shared such incredible results, the bottom line is that's where everything starts. So when you reach out and help people, boy, if they were ever motivated to get involved in a business, that is a great start when they have their personal experience. So this is a very simple business model, but very generous for anybody who wants to take it serious as a sustainable long-term business. Also with corporate incentives, there's currently one running at the moment, started a few weeks ago, make this a very lucrative reward structure. So how do you get started? There are two ways. As a customer, you can get started by going to the website of the person who's introduced you to this information, and on their website you can shop and you can purchase a 1 month supply. As you see on your screen there, X39 that's a sleeve with 30 patches. That's a 1 month supply for a one-off purchase of just under $150. Okay, that's one way. The preferred customer, how is definitely the favored option, because one, it saves $50, and for that saving, all you're doing is you're agreeing to a recurring monthly order, which can be cancelled at any time. It's probably best described as almost a rolling agreement. There are no long-term commitments, but you do make that saving. And quite frankly, given that we have a lot of people, and I can't remember who said it, it might have been Barry was saying about the long-term benefits, is that there are such powerful long-term benefits to this, that even if somebody is trying this out for themselves, I would really encourage them to almost look at 90 days as a trial, because again, they may get results in days, they may get results in weeks, but we have some people who have really major transformations into their second month, and what a loss they would have had if, like some of the people you heard today, if they had just played with this for a few days or a week and then think, it doesn't work. So again, given that there's a retail and preferred customer 90-day money-back guarantee for that initial first-time order, again, really recommend that as an option. Getting started as a distributor, you've decided to develop a business, you've done all your due diligence. There are a handful of options, but I'm just going to focus on a couple, one at the lower end and one at the very top end. The silver starter pack is 3 of the X39 sleeves. That's a 3-month supply. That includes obviously membership, and this is a very popular pack for certainly for couples as well, who maybe both want to start the program and have another sleeve for sampling, etc. At the other end of that is the diamond starter pack, and that's again just under $1,600. But again, to put it in perspective of what Chris was sharing in terms of the cost of stem cell therapy, Jason Boreyko was sharing earlier, $1,600 for a 19-month supply of a clinically proven stem cell activation course. Okay, not a lot to discuss on that. That's a massive, massive opportunity and a great saving as well. Certainly the best value pack available with Lifewave. But also for those who are keen to develop a business, it means that in those early few months, you really can maximize on all the commissions possible. Firstly, you're qualified for commissions for the first few months. There's no monthly order to place to be activated to receive commissions, but it also means that in that early phase, if you introduce another team member who buys the diamond pack, there is a $500 commission paid to you having enrolled with the diamond starter pack. So again, 3 or 4 introductions in that early phase can be a great return on your investment. So they're the two of the options. In terms of reaching out and building a business, we put this in here because just as much to let you know that yes, you naturally gravitate to people, you know, business contacts, entrepreneurs, etc. But also there are many ways to reach brand new people. People just like the people that you heard live share testimonials who want powerful turnarounds in their health. and energy and vitality and their immune system, etc. We are dealing with a health epidemic out there. So to be able to deliver something like this is quite incredible, but also for people looking for a plan B or a plan C income or a side hustle, as Jason refers to it. Again, there are ways to reach them. And one of those ways is through a marketing system that Jason Boreyko has been very actively involved in putting together over recent months. And that is, a Facebook marketing system, automated marketing funnels and capture pages, and for anywhere between $20 to $40, that there is a cooperative advertising platform. So in other words, you can reach brand new people as well with ready-made messages that pique their interest and take them on a journey to find out more. If that interests you, you can obviously have a look at globallyshare.com, and that will give you a little bit more guidance on what is on offer there. Okay, so in closing, what are we doing here? We're taking full advantage of a well-established company that have got the infrastructure, and thanks to their reward structure, they have a seamless income plan that means that you can introduce somebody and benefit from their recurring purchases, not just in your country or in the next town, but in any of the international markets they're in. And as more markets open, take full advantage of that as well. So, and the company will service those customers and team members while you get the benefits from building a global business from your home. That's what's on offer. This particular overview is repeated a few times a week. On Mondays, Jason gets up early in US time to run an event at what is 12:30 UK time. And again, as you'll see, some of the references there to African countries, Australia, EU, etc. These are international events. So as long as you do the time conversion, you can invite a potential customer to maybe zone in on the first part, or for potential entrepreneurs to enjoy the full overview, as long as you just invite them to the same link, x39overview.com. And again, like this one, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 7 o'clock UK time, and all the international time zones. Again, feel free to invite them to join us for these free presentations. So really, just in closing, I just want to say, obviously, a big thank you to those that shared their live testimonials. Such a great asset to hear that, and inspiring. But really encourage you to reach out to the person who's invited you to look at this, because hopefully, if we've done nothing else, you get a sense that there is something very special, very unique as an offering to a customer. And if that's all that you get from this, that will be worth it. If you get some of the results that some of the people shared here today, I think you'd agree that would be well worth it. Or sharing it with somebody else that you care about, you love, boy, you know, that is one of the greatest feelings. So that's the type of business we're in. And I really encourage you to get more information, get back with the person who invited you to look at this. And that's pretty much the main message for today. Jason, as we bring this to a close, I don't know if you've got any parting comments.
Well, here's what we have. You know, you're talking about 75 different countries. The company is in a massive growth of international markets. We have, we have Chris on from Ghana, and Sim on from Nigeria. We have Ireland, the EU. We have people that companies now. March 1st is opening a brand new 6,000 square foot office in Malaysia. So you might have some contacts in Malaysia. But this is an opportunity where you could truly be a pioneer and be one of the first to lead a country and to open up a country, and the massive potential. That's why I'm here. I mean, I want to be the guy that has a lot of international markets and countries, and we're putting a lot of effort into that. So it's an exciting time. And when you think about the future, you know, the next 12 months, 24 months, or the next 5 years, when this company becomes $1 billion brand, that means they're paying out approximately $500 million in commissions to people, to the global ambassadors like us, who are promoting it and telling their friends. And, you know, I appreciate Tony's story and how much that product has helped him. And it's just great to hear these type of testimonies, and we hear them all over the world. I was on this morning with my leader in the Philippines, and they just have some of the most amazing stories, and the Czech Republic and Hungary and Slovakia and all those Eastern European countries. It's just, I was just talking to one of our upline who is a chimney sweeper. I didn't even know there really were chimney sweepers, but that's what he does. He's full-time. He got in the business. He started promoting it. Now he made his 1099 was nearly $500,000 for last year because of this business. No real network marketing experience. He just knew some people, and he introduced the technology, and they knew some people, and they got results. And now he does his chimney sweeping as a hobby. But that's the potential of what he's got. One of the greatest success stories I've heard in network marketing. And I see pictures of him up there doing the chimney sweeping, and he really does that. But he is just so excited about the future. And we're just talked about, you know, you look at the population, what, 7+ billion people worldwide, a fraction of them know about this technology. And as this population ages, and the people, we want to stay young, and there's nothing like it. And David is launching a new technology this year based upon life extension, extending your lifespan. And that's so important. And so I'm so excited about what this has, and what the potential is for this company, and for all of you that are on this. And, you know, I look at Sim, and he's always on these calls, and he's waiting for Nigeria to come back online. And I know many people have contacts in Nigeria, and I get text messages. They can't wait for this technology. They can't wait to have it back. And that's going to be coming here in the next couple months, and Ghana's coming online. And I just haven't seen anything like this in my 30 years. And that's why I'm here. I love it. I love doing it. It's easy. It's fun. I think Chris said it the best. It's simple. I think Chris mentioned he had someone in Kenya now we use the technology, we use the app, we share the videos, we sample the product, we have them experience it. Everybody wants to try it. And that's our simple program. We've got great marketing systems, and it's just really just talking to people. So find people that have a need, get back with the person, go, hey, how can I be part of this? And for everybody that's already involved in it, reach out to somebody, send out some text messages. I'm just right after this, I've got a call with the guy from South Africa. He wants to open up South Africa. And that's a brand new market, a brand new country. So it's the potential is amazing. So thank you, everyone. John, thanks for helping us with these. You always do such a great job. And thank you, everyone, for sharing. That's really what this is all about. And, you know, we're going to make a lot of money, but we're going to help a lot of people in the process. And that's one thing I like about this business, and this genre of business in the nutritional world, is we are touching lives, we're making a difference, but we're also helping people with their finances. And I think that's very important. So this is going to be, I mean, we talk about $1 billion. I mean, I think it's going to be a multi-billion-dollar company in our industry. You know, the 140 million, I think that's, John, that's what they closed out at. We haven't really confirmed that, but right, approximately from David. That's a small, we're still a small company. We are a small company. Understand that we are in the beginning. I mean, I know it's a 16-year-old company, but I think they spent 16 years getting ready for us. They spent 16 years getting ready for this stem cell technology, and it's changed the game. And so it's our responsibility, it's our duty to tell as many people about this technology as possible. So I'm going to stop the recording. Thank you, John, very much.
Thank you.